Ellen McCauley at Pray It Off in Syracuse, New York. And then we're talking about change, and we're talking about how we need to make a commitment. We talked about last week, discipline. And the thing is, we don't always make time for what's important. All of a sudden, we look back and we say, well, I'm going to do that when the kids are grown up, or I'm going to do that. All of a sudden, you wake up one day and you're 68, and you go, whoa. And then you have to decide, what is the most important to you? You know, when they were talking to me about work today, certain people were telling certain stories, and I was amazed at some of the stories. Like one said, oh, every morning, don't come early to work because Ellen walks around and says a rosary and it scares the crap out of you when she comes around that corner. But they notice that I say the rosary, you know. And then someone said that they looked up the meaning of my name, and it means, you know, God is in the sunlight or something.
Something like
that. And I just thought, you can live your faith and people will notice, and that's important to me. Or on the Memorial Day Mass, it's you're literally one of the happiest days of my life. That's how much I love that Mass. Because we're saluting people who have died for our country. We have our soldiers there, we're honoring them. We have our Gold Star families who lost a son, daughter, loved one. And we have kids who finally are taking the time to say, what is Memorial Day? And one of the things I love when they do, they're in 4th, 5th, and 6th grade, and inevitably one will write in their essay, when I was younger. And I always laugh at that, you know? He's in 4th grade. When I was younger, I didn't know what Memorial Day was all about. And then it's just such an awesome experience for me. That is how to live your faith in action. And then Father Mano loves it. The church is packed. People, I have so many people who say, whoa, I thought churches were dying out, but not at Holy Family. And that makes me feel really good. So what's most important to me? I want to say my faith. I want to say my relationship with God. But boy, don't we let other things get in the way of that? You know, I want to say God's the most important thing unless I need to do this, and also I want to do that. But making time in your day to pray, to say the rosary, you know you have a relationship when you can't get through the day without reading the Bible verses for the day. I have to know what the Bible verses are for the day. I didn't ever read the Bible verses for the day before Pray It Off. And then I said to Bob, when we retire, we can go to Mass a couple times during the week. And he says, does that mean we can go out to breakfast afterwards? All right, so we know what his priority is. So, time to draw close to God. Time to be present with family, friends, or community. That's important too. Time to be together. And time to plan. I feel that planning is critical to all things in life. I have a work day timer, but that's huge. And then I have a home day timer. I'm not going to do the work day timer any longer. Maybe I'll use it when I substitute teach. I don't know what that entails. So I think I have a big eye opening, right, Susan? Do I have a big eye opening? I might need my work day timer for that. But I'm going to definitely still plan my days. I really am not the type of person that's going to wake up and wing it. I don't know what I'm going to do today. I don't know. What do you want to eat? I don't know. I mean, I'm not a winger. I don't find winging relaxful. Some people say, oh, I'm a winger and I love every minute of it. Good for you. But I like to say, okay, I'm getting up at 5. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Maybe I can ease up a teeny bit. A priority has the right to take precedence. Listen to that. A priority has a right to take precedence. To me, pray it off is a priority. If someone says to me, Ellen, I can give you free tickets to go see Casting Crowns tonight. It's Thursday, June 1st. It's 7 o'clock or 6 o'clock rather. Can you go? I would say no. Pray it off takes a priority. Now, every once in a while, like I got a big award last year when they picked my Syracuse poster project. I planned ahead. We still had weigh-ins every once in a while, and it's rare. that I change it, and it has to be a big deal. Also, we need to create a space. So many people in this group really feel that Pray It Off's a priority for them until someone says, Mom, can you babysit for the grandkids at Thursday night at 6 o'clock? There's nothing wrong with saying, I would love to any other time of the day, week, year, but not 6 o'clock on a Thursday. Now, if it's an emergency and they're totally stuck and they have to go do open heart surgery, yes, then you can babysit for them. Okay. We need to identify what's the most important, perhaps for the day, the week, the month. If drawing closer to God is a priority, what can we do to do that? You can go for a walk alone. You can say the rosary. One thing they suggest is a retreat. Back in the day, I used to go on a few retreats. I went to Stella Maris. I went to Christ the King. I haven't been on a retreat in, 20 years maybe? Life gets in the way. What? Anybody here go on a retreat recently? I won't call on you. No. Not recently. I think a retreat sounds awesome. What?
Within the year.
Yeah. I want to go on a retreat. Also, plan a family fun night that doesn't revolve around FOOD or Michelob Ultras. Also, invite friends over. I mean, we had people at the Watchfire. Well, it's so funny because I helped coordinate the Watchfire, and our license said that we couldn't have more than 5,000 people. So all throughout, we got there. Bob set up at 8 in the morning. We got there at 1:30. We were like the last people to leave around midnight. And people would say, how many people do you think are here? And I'd say 4,999. I said it all night long, and they kept looking at me like, I wonder why she's saying that. I never went over 5,000. Also, choose a time each week you say no to everything. I'm going to try that. Take a couple of hours to plan the month ahead. I love that. I just love planning. I think planning's fun. Schedule time for something big. We already have 3 cruises planned, and Bob says to me last night, Ellen, I got bad news. Now, whenever a man says that to me, it could be pretty much anything. It could be that, he can't get his drawer open, the shower head's broken. But it turned out that there's a fire in Halifax, unheard of, and that's where we're going on our first cruise in August. So I'm hoping everything's okay for the people there, etc. What is truly most important has the right to take precedence in your life and in your schedule. Ask God to show you what should take precedence because He's ready to help. I love the story, and Mary Ellen has been here since session 1, and she said to me she works for a busy tax office. She didn't think she could make the commitment because they'll say to her, I need you to stay, and she sings in the choir. She says, Ellen, I just don't know if I can commit to Pray It Off. I said, pray about it, see what God wants you to do. That was January 2008. She's still here, so God told her what He wanted her to do. I'm going to stop right there, Bobby.